I hope you all had some of your fill on the refreshments. If I ask a question, it's yes, please do this. If it's no, do that. Okay. So did you enjoy the refreshments? Okay, that's good. All right. So on behalf of the faculty, professional staff, and students of the University of New England School of Pharmacy, I'm delighted to welcome you to our white coat ceremony for the class of 2027. I'm Dr. Steve Sicanolfi. I'm the interim dean at the School of Pharmacy at the Westbrook College of Health Professions here at the University of New England. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to this ceremony. We'll now begin the ceremony. What I would like you to do is take a minute, and I have to do it as well, is to silence your cell phone. Make sure you put that off. That's good. Thank you. All right, today's ceremony is being streamed to all parts of the world on the University of New England's Facebook page. The ceremony will also be available to view on the School of Pharmacy Facebook page as well. So, David? Will the platform party, faculty, and students please process in? In front of your chair. Thank you. You can sit. It's my great pleasure to introduce our platform party, and I ask that you hold your applause till the end. So I'd like to start with Dr. Carrie Martin, Director of our Experiential Learning, Bernice Mills at the end, Associate Dean for Student and Clinical Affairs for the Westbrook College of Health Professions, Dr. Brad Hamilton, he's going to be our keynote speaker, Dr. Ronald Hills, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Administration, and he's the advisor to the class of 2027, and he's wearing his white coat in solidarity with you guys, okay? All right. And Dr. Rachel Meyer, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacy Practice. You may sit. Students, our faculty and professional staff are here to help you discover your talents and skills as independent learners and students of pharmacy. They are great resources for you. I encourage you to get to know these people. They are caring and will help you throughout your program. They're committed to you. They're going to make a difference in your lives, especially when you need a reference. One of the most important things to do besides learning, all right, is to get to know all of the professors. All right, we have a great group of professors here who are going to make your career as student pharmacist really move you forward. So what I'd like you to do is at this time is, would you guys stand for a minute? And I want you to turn to the faculty. I know, I usually do this at graduation. We're going to do it today. Could you give them a round of applause for what they do well? All right, thank you. All right, so at this time, I'm going to ask Bernice Mills to come to the podium.
Thank you. On behalf of the Dean's Office of the Westbrook College of Health Professions, I want to thank you for inviting me to your white coat celebration. Dr. Jennifer Morton, Dean of the college, is sorry that she cannot make your celebration, but sends her best wishes. It's my honor to be here to congratulate you on your achievement. Receiving your white coat today is the culmination of years of hard work and determination. Not the end, but a big step towards your goal. As you think back on your journey so far, it's important to think about those that have been there to help you along the way. Faculty and professional staff here in the School of Pharmacy have supported you and will support you and provide you with guidance and expertise and the knowledge needed to meet the rigorous educational standards required for you to receive your white coat. We also want to acknowledge the profound significance of your family and your personal support systems. Their belief in you, their unwavering support, and their encouragement have helped you overcome any obstacles that you might have encountered on your path to reaching this significant milestone. This is the day for them to celebrate as well. The white coat that you received today signifies not only your accomplishments, but also the potential for the positive change that you can make. As you wear your white coat, recognize that it is a privilege and a responsibility that comes with it. Always strive for excellence, show empathy toward your patients, and uphold the highest ethical standards. Although today is a day of celebration, we also recognize it's just one step towards your process of reaching your goal. The road ahead may still be challenging. It will be filled with continued rigorous studies, clinical experiences, and boundless opportunities for personal and professional growth. Take advantage of every single moment and every single person that you work and learn from. So students, please accept my sincerest congratulations. I wish you all the best as you enter this phase of your education and move closer to achieving your goal. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernice. We are thankful you came to speak at our event tonight. Over the years, the white coat ceremony has become much of a tradition in the School of Pharmacy as commencement. This event symbolizes the formal entry of your first professional year students into the profession of pharmacy. The white coat our students are about to receive and the oaths that they will take are symbols to remind them of their commitment to the care of patients. A white coat ceremony allows us to recall why you chose to become a pharmacist, the opportunity to care for others, to use your knowledge and skills to help cure disease, alleviate discomfort, minimize symptoms, and in general, improve the life of our patients. The white coat ceremony allows the dean of the school an opportunity to share with recipients what we expect of them at UNE and what their parents will expect of them as pharmacists. Your faculty and professional staff will do their part to prepare you to be outstanding pharmacists. For your part, we ask you 3 things. First, work hard. The pharmacy curriculum is very challenging, and requires your full attention and effort. Second, be honest in all your activities and interactions. Third, care about yourselves, each other, your faculty, your school, and most importantly, your patients. On this important day in your professional lives, I want to remind you, the class of 2027, of our expectations for you: hard work, honesty, and caring. It's what we expect at the University of New England student pharmacist and graduate. And I'm certain it's what I will see from you. To the class of 2027 and to your families and friends, please accept the heartfelt congratulations of all of us in the School of Pharmacy. Welcome to the family of healthcare professionals. I'm pleased to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Hamilton. Brad Hamilton graduated from another school. And as he said earlier, we weren't here at that time. All right. But he did get a Bachelor's of Science in Pharmacy. Brad began his career as a pharmacist working at Walgreens in Connecticut for a few years, as both a staff pharmacist and as a pharmacy manager. His career with Hannaford Pharmacy began back in Maine in 2003. Starting at Hannaford, Brad has held positions of staff pharmacist, pharmacy manager, and regional pharmacy operations manager. While working as the regional operations manager for Central and Southern Maine, where he's responsible for 30 pharmacies, over 500 pharmacists, interns, and technicians, he's also held positions within multiple pharmacy organizations. Brad has been highly involved with the Maine Board of Pharmacy since 2014, including holding positions as the chain pharmacist representative, vice president, president, and is currently the compliance officer. Additionally, Brad has been involved in the National Association Boards of Pharmacy since 2018 as an executive committee member, a member of many subcommittees and task force, and is currently the treasurer. I'll ask for money later. Okay. It's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. Brad Hamilton.
There we go. So good evening, pharmacy class of 2027, faculty, and all the guests here today. I'm humbled by the invitation and honored to have the opportunity to speak with you this evening. This is a special day for all of you as you take the oath of a pharmacist and begin your professional career. As mentioned, I'm Brad Hamilton and the Regional Pharmacy Operations Manager for Hannaford. And as you heard, a proud member of the Maine Board of Pharmacy and treasurer of the National Associations of Boards of Pharmacy. It's a privilege to stand here before all of you today and to provide some words as you pursue a professional career as a pharmacist. In reflecting on this opportunity to speak, various mentors, advice, experiences, and quotes flooded my mind, so I decided to sprinkle a few throughout. Many opportunities await you. Always keep your door open. You may not recognize this now, and I didn't some 25 plus years ago when I was sitting in those chairs. But these words you will soon repeat have a much greater impact than you will think about today. This impact will be life-sustaining and will determine how continuously pursue knowledge, skills, and experience. It will determine how you interact with patients and how you look to constantly change your practice to provide quality health care. Trust me, at times it'll be difficult and require sacrifices, but the joy and pleasure it brings to help someone is absolutely worth it. And it all starts out with a statement I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. I want to take a few minutes to focus on the two words in the statement, devote and lifetime. Been a pharmacist for over 22 years. There's been several challenges and changes throughout those 20-plus years that have impacted and changed my life forever. Whether it was keeping the pharmacy open for patients that lost all their medications during the major ice storm in Maine in 1998, or being on the forefront of Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage rollout, administering thousands of vaccines and thousands of prescriptions, and the one we're all most familiar with, COVID-19. What I've learned from these experiences over the years is the relationships you build, the leadership skills you develop, and the communities and patients that you care for are what will fulfill you and are most lasting. The profession will constantly change and demand a lot of you throughout your lifetime. You must make sure that you're fully committed and devoted to providing quality health care for the rest of your life. Whether it's a patient at your hospital or your pharmacy, or just helping a friend or loved one, you're starting a career where you forever will be a healthcare professional. As I read the oath of a pharmacist, there are 3 statements of fulfillment within the oath that stand out to me. I want to highlight them by sharing some personal experiences associated with the statements. The first statement is, I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. This is ever present in everything that we as healthcare professionals do today. We as pharmacists and student pharmacists must continue to step up to the plate to address the healthcare gap in our communities. In addition, we have an opioid epidemic that killed another 100,000 people last year, have a world where there is a stigmatism associated with mental health issues and challenges these individuals cope with are distributed throughout our general public. I believe in becoming future pharmacy leaders, there are some key essentials. People look first to individuals with integrity and values. Integrity embodies leadership behaviors. Values are how you want to be identified. Our values at my employer are determination, care, humor, which my boss will tell you I cling to way too much, courage and integrity, which all resonate with me both personally and professionally. I asked the class, what will represent your values? As you continue your studies and move through your pharmacy curriculum, embrace diversity and those are different from you to help them receive access to quality health care and to continue to advocate for the advancements of health equity. Because if we as pharmacists and student pharmacists don't embrace diversity and advocate for health care for the poor, those struggling with addiction or mental health issues, then no one will. The second statement is surrounding continuous learning. I accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. Learning is key to life. Do not have the expectation that once you finish pharmacy school, successfully pass your licensure exams, and start to practice, that your learning journey is over. It's the opposite. It's just beginning. You must remain in a constant state of learning, or else opportunities for advancement will pass you by. Always stay open to learning to advance the version of you that will lead health systems, manage pharmacies, and change the profession and your life for the better. A leader is an expert in what they do, as you will be when graduating with your PharmD degrees. But it is more than that. There needs to be a trust in your knowledge and the ability to set the direction for others to be inspired and followed. Simply said by an NFL dynasty coach, Bill Belichick, know your job, do your job, and take pride in making other people look good. A leader must be an effective communicator, listener, and show empathy. How we communicate will impact how others perceive you, whether in the tone you use, the words you use, or the feedback you give. Andy Stanley once said, leaders who don't listen will eventually be surrounded by people who have nothing to say. Which brings me to the third statement. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. To illustrate this point, I hope to survey the class of 2027. With a show of hands, how many of you have ever used a physical phone book with white or yellow pages? Please raise your hand. Wow. Okay. This point may not deliver the way it was intended. How many of you have used a paper map to find directions? And printing MapQuest directions doesn't count. These are all things that have changed in the last 10 years or so, and things in life that will constantly change, and pharmacy is not an exception. Be ready to embrace changes in our profession, be a voice and advocate for our profession, and always put your best foot forward to begin to provide quality health care for Mainers or wherever a life pursuit takes you. In closing, I ask you to bring excellence and ignite change. Build relationships through integrity and trust, enhance your leadership skills, and give back to your community. A sincere thank you again for the opportunity to speak with you today and celebrate this very special ceremony with you. Good luck to all the opportunities and challenges life brings your way. Embrace and truly enjoy this profession you have chosen, and I look forward to becoming your peer in just a few short years. Cheers.
At this time, the presentation of the White Coats will begin. Our Dean Ambassadors will lead the class of 2027 to the stage on my right. Dr. Martin is going to be introducing each student, who will proceed to the center of the stage and will receive their coats from Dr. Mayer and Dr. Hill. Okay. Each of you will receive a copy of the Pledge of Professionalism from me. And off stage, our Dean Ambassadors onto the left-hand side, you'll receive your stethoscope and blood pressure cup and direct you back to your seat. Guests are welcome to come forward and take pictures as long as you don't interfere with the professional. All right, because he's going to have some good pictures up on it. And then please return to your seats when you're done. Okay, so we have the first row up. Dr. Martin, I will turn the podium over to you.
Okay, first up, Newman Atham from Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Has a Bachelor of Pharmacy from First Premier University and is enrolled in UNE's School of Pharmacy Advanced Standing Track program. Catherine Battolino from Old Lyme, Connecticut, completed a Bachelor of Science in Biology at Marist College. Tucker Brooks from Portland, Maine, completed pre-pharmacy coursework at the University of Southern Maine. Kiara Bumford from Oakland, Maine, completed pre-pharmacy courses at the University of New England. Zachary Ellsworth from Pomfret, Connecticut, completed a bachelor's degree at the University of Maine, Farmington. Sarah Haddad from Syria is enrolled in UNE's School of Pharmacy Advanced Standing Track program. Lauren Haskell from Scarborough, Maine, completed pre-pharmacy program at the University of New England. Connor Labonte from Scarborough, Maine, completed a Bachelor in Chemistry at Stonehill College. Madeline Marston from Auburn, Maine, completed a Bachelor's of Science degree in biology with a minor in chemistry at St. Joseph's College of Maine. Ashley Meswar is from Adams, Massachusetts. She completed a bachelor's degree in chemistry and health science at Castleton University. Brittany Morgan from Springfield, Vermont, completed an associate degree in health sciences at Southern Maine Community College and completed pre-pharmacy work at the University of New England. Yvonne and Chudi from Congo completed undergraduate work at Hassan University. Kwame Opoko Adjuman is from Worcester, Massachusetts. He completed a bachelor's degree at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences in Boston. Richard Patnod is from Wells, Maine. He completed a Bachelor of Science of Applied Exercise Science at UNE. Sarah Ray is from Randolph, Vermont. She earned a bachelor's in biochemistry at the University of Norwich. Aiden Regan is from Cumberland, Maine. She completed a bachelor's in mathematics at the University of Maine. Brandon Rockwell from Emmaus, Pennsylvania, completed a bachelor's degree at the University of Maine. Haley Rose is from Poland, Maine. She completed pre-pharmacy at the University of New England in Biddeford. Sophia Singh is from South Portland, Maine, and she did pre-pharmacy at the University of New England. Whitney Smith is from Durham, Maine. She completed pre-pharmacy work at both Emmanuel College and the University of Southern Maine. William Speltz is from Rochester, New Hampshire. He completed pre-pharmacy coursework at UNE. Megan Steele is from Auburn, Maine. She completed a Bachelor's of Science degree at Emmanuel College. Please join me in congratulating the University of New England School of Pharmacy class of 2027.
As healthcare professionals, pharmacists must hold themselves to a very high standards. By reciting or developing a pledge, new students are able to see early on the importance that our profession holds on ethics and values. Dr. Ronald Hills will now lead the students in the Pledge of the Professions. Dr. Hills?
So I'm told it's tradition that the advisor makes a few remarks, so I'll just give a few brief remarks. And then when you graduate 4 years from now, we can reflect back on those remarks before we do our pledge. So I was just going to mention a few things we discussed about. Actually, on Wednesday, we had a really inspiring interprofessional event, and so it was just really impactful, and I wanted to share with those of you students that missed it. So we talked about in pharmacy, how we have just such a role to play with older adults, and we have polypharmacy we talked about in our event on Wednesday. It's a very common problem. It's defined as taking 5 or more medications, and so can give rise to increased adverse effects, can be a leading cause of death and hospital admissions, and so it's been rising over the last few years. And so we talked about typical patient cases, and it was just a really good discussion from health providers in the different professions. We talked about how older adults can be more sensitive to certain medications, and so essentially as pharmacists, you're going to have such a key role. You're going to be the one healthcare provider that has access to their entire medication list and can help them navigate how they, especially when they get older, how they might wean themselves off of some medications, because as you have more medications, you have more risks of side effects. And so essentially you're going to be part of a healthcare team, and it's going to be your professional responsibility to stay abreast of ever-changing guidelines as different disease states and recommendations as we learn more and more. And so that's really what this pledge is about. It's about you committing yourself to lifelong commitment to learning and advancing your expertise and competence in practice of pharmacy. So if the students would stand. And you'll join and recite along with me the Pledge of Professionalism. Okay, you ready? So as a student of pharmacy, I believe there is a need. So you'll say along with me, right? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. As a student of pharmacy, we'll try one more time. Is it loud enough? We're good? As a student of pharmacy, I believe there is a need to build and reinforce a professional identity founded on integrity, ethical behavior, and honor. This development, a vital process in my education, will help ensure that I am true to the professional relationship I establish between myself and society as I become a member of the pharmacy community. Integrity will be an essential part of my everyday life, and I will pursue all academic and professional endeavors with honesty and commitment to service. To accomplish this goal of professional development, as a student of pharmacy, I will, am I reading the right? I think I have the right term. Okay, develop a sense of loyalty and duty to the profession by contributing to the well-being of others and by enthusiastically accepting the responsibility and accountability for membership in the profession. Foster professional competency through lifelong learning. I will strive for high ideals, teamwork, and unity within the profession in order to provide optimal patient care. Support my colleagues by actively encouraging personal commitment to the oath of a pharmacist and the code of ethics for pharmacists as set forth by the profession. Dedicate my life and practice to excellence. This will require an ongoing reassessment of personal and professional values. Maintain the highest ideals and professional attributes to ensure and facilitate the covenantal relationship required of the pharmaceutical caregiver. The profession of pharmacy is one that demands adherence to a set of ethical standards. These high ideals are necessary to ensure the quality of care extended to the patients I serve. As a student of pharmacy, I believe this does not start with graduation. Rather, it begins with membership in the professional college community. Therefore, I will strive to uphold these standards as I advance toward full membership in the profession of pharmacy. I voluntarily make this pledge of professionalism. Everyone, audience, family, faculty, students, staff, did I miss anyone? Everyone, thank you for coming, and please join me in congratulating the class of 2027. Thank you.
You guys can sit down, thank you. In closing, I'd like to extend some special thank yous to the Dean Ambassadors for all the work in making this event as nice as it has been and with the appropriate reverence and ceremony. They give up their personal time to help and represent the school with this event and other things, and I really want to give some time to personally say thank you, and will the rest of you kind of join me? We also wouldn't have this nice event with a good hors d'oeuvres, a script that I almost read, if we did not have two people who work in my office that do a very good job of putting it together. So will Marina Herbert and Sharon Pilk please stand? And special thanks to our photographer, Jeff Scher. And David in the back, who's making sure all this gets recorded and up. A well-deserved round of applause at this time for our students. One more time, please. So this is our closure, but I do ask you to remain seated while the platform party, faculty and students have exited the room. Thank you.